And moving on, let's turn our attention to Cameroon. Tensions are running high in the Central African country over the results of the presidential elections, in which 92-year-old President Biya is seeking an 8th term. 5 appeals have been lodged against the presidential poll, calling for cancellation of the vote, alleging electoral fraud. However, none of these appeals have been filed by President Biya's top rival, Issa Tchiroma. Now, Biya's ally turned foe, Tchiroma, declared victory in the October 12th presidential elections earlier this week, though the results are not expected until the 26th of October. He has also called on President Biya to concede. Now, Tchiroma has also promised to share a detailed report of the votes by region in the coming days.
Je vais le dire avec gravité et simplicité.
I want to say it with gravity and simplicity. The people have chosen, and this choice must be respected. These results deeply moved me. They show that this victory goes beyond my person.
After Tchiroma declared an early win in the presidential polls, clashes broke out between his supporters and security forces near the offices of the Electoral Commission in the western city of Bafoussam and the economic capital of Douala.
The electoral process is not credible. Besides, it's obvious. You see the way the election was conducted. We've never seen this strong mobilization before. And we could see the RDPC sleeping. We could see the party of the President-elect Issa Tchiroma rising strongly, rising in power to say that 2025 is not 2018.
Police fired tear gas at protesters, and reportedly 14 people were arrested in Douala following the clashes. Now, Biya's top rival, Tchiroma, was a government spokesperson and employment minister, but he quit the government last year to launch his presidential run. His presidential campaign drew large crowds and backing from a coalition of opposition parties and civic groups. However, analysts have predicted that Biya is poised to win an 8th term, extending his already 43 years in power. At the age of 92, Biya is the world's oldest head of state and Cameroon's 2nd president since independence from France in 1960. He has been in power since 1982. That is nearly half of his lifetime. Another top rival of President Biya, Maurice Kamto, was barred from running in August. During the last presidential election in 2018, Kamto had claimed victory a day after the vote, and he was later arrested, leading to protests and the detention of dozens of his supporters. Similar to the latest elections, appeals were filed against the 2018 poll results, but all of those appeals were rejected. The official election result is due within 9 days, and it has already triggered chaos and protests in the country. Will President Biya extend his seemingly never-ending rule, or will there be a change of power in Cameroon? Now that remains to be seen.
Want the facts?
The latest developments?
News that gets straight to the point.
Well, we've got all 3 just for you. This is Firstpost Live, a brand new show, your window into what really matters.
Don't miss it.